Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side as the blue French with DivineDFP. Spawn on top bottom left side as the pink Rus, we have Sirius1235527. He has deployed out in the early house there. Interesting. Probably going for maybe for help provide some extra population space for scouts. Does get a scout here to take out these forest puppers. These forest puppers are going down as well. Oh, does not take out this one, so a bit of an oversight there. And since we do have a Rus player out in the field, let's switch out of caster mode, select the Rus player so we can see the trade bounties. Currently has 130 at the moment. Got the exotic doggos not being found there. Very nice. And does go ahead and get these wolves down. We got this scout moving around. Do have the wolf over here getting hit as well. And now I do have probably the Kremlin being pulled on the field. Yep, the Kremlin. I know that icon even though I don't play Rus. Let's see, French versus Rus. They both have access to a early knight. The Royal Knight versus the early knight. They're statistically the same, though the Royal Knight does have some slight advantages in the form of the extra charge damage, as well as has a bit more upgrades early on. They also have some counterparts, Royal Bloodline versus Boyar's Fortitude. Overall, Royal Bloodlines is better, but eventually the Rus Knights do get access to the pole axes, giving them increased damage, 4 damage per swipe. You have the scout moving around, and this scout is being pursued. We see a bit of hits there. Kremlin's still going on up. Blue does have a handful of sheep there. This scout will escape on out of there. We'll bring some of his sheeple back. And you also have the wheelbarrow being researched nice and early as well. Let's get the Kremlin now blow down the field. Over here we do have gold being spotted there. School of Cavalry has been spotted as well. Currently Rus players at 215, so he needs to kill off a couple more wolves. Don't see any more on the map. And that's not going to be... I always forget which games have what sort of move style, and the pan's not available. Or at least not move fast enough. But I can still have the WASD map to the camera movement, and I should do that a bit more often. We do now have this Royal Knight and Scout push way forward. All these deer are actually very tightly bunched up, so there could be some good collection right there. You now have the Royal Knight and Scout push way forward. There is no vulnerable villagers over here. The second townsend has been pulled out by the Rus. Does get a charge attack there onto the Scout. More housing there. Mill right there. And the second town center is now being built for the French. I wonder... Okay, it is in range. The lumber camp is in range of the Kremlin right now. Scout going to receive a charge there. No, he does not. Kremlin and Town Center does get some damage there on the Royal Knight. Small amount of damage. And now you got a pair of spearmen being pulled out of the Rus. They're just, of course, the hardened spearmen, not the veteran, not even hardened spearmen, just regular spearmen. We do now have the specialized mining picks going up as well. We got these horsemen and knight falling down south. We do have the mill going up. And it's going to take time to aggravate the boar there. He may be trying to kill it off. The boar is very resilient. Those arrows did 1 damage each and does get reset. And right now, the scout was seeing quite a bit of damage right there. The scout may need to fall back. The boar is still angry, and the scout does go down. The boar does get killed off there. The roost player still doesn't have enough for tier 2 trade bounty just yet, so he needs to find the northern boar and kill it off. Fortified palisade walls do go on up. Got a bit of arrow fire there on the scout. And now the Royal Knights are seeing a bit of hits as well. We do got, of course, the Hardened Spearmen now pulled on the field. Got 6 of them. This is the only Royal Knight on the field. Oh yeah, I probably should do this. I keep on forgetting to do that. Right now, the French does have a bit more villagers on the field, even though the Roost player had his towns deployed out earlier, so it looks like he may have failed to deploy out villagers for a time frame. He's actually running low on food here. He does, of course, have access to berries. Not a great source of food, but a source of food. Now we've got a blacksmith going up. We've got some early knights being deployed on out.
Велить, что делаете? Молчите все!
Double broad axe now complete. As a wounded Royal Knight is still moving around. Got second Royal Knight on the field. He is going for chivalry. They got a good enough number of spearmen here, and now you got a charge attack there. Ooh, and the Royal Knight gets picked off. That is a very valuable pick there. Scout's falling back. The other Royal Knight's way back here. He now knows about that force of advancing. We got some archer ranges here. And this scout may not go down there. Early Knight does see a bit of fire there. Right now we do got the wheelbarrow, as was the lumber preservation, or the level 1 wood technology over here. We've got also food and mining for the French. I believe I just saw textiles for the French as well, so he does have more health on the villagers. Got these villagers pushing forward, they maybe ironed. Oh, and now he realizes the boar is dead. The boar carcass is right there. It may be hard to see it since the boar is not alive, but the boar is right there. Trying to go to town. There we go. Nice. There's the town center. Now we get these forces moving down south. Royal Knights now pushing down south. There is a good number of defensive spearmen here. His Kremlin must be generating a lot of charges right now. Yep, he's at the 8 charges. Do now have the blacksmith going on up. Up here, he does find this boar. Blue, he does kill off the boar for blue. Blue's eyeing for some palisade walls here. Where are the villagers that are trying to do this? They're right there, unescorted. So these early knights can potentially find some good kills. Royal Knights will find the early knights and does get a great charge attack there. These early knights just need to run away. And also, he does spot the French archers there as well. Taking out these early knights like this is a very good pick. They are, of course, very expensive. They cost 240. Royal Knights now charging on in. Spearmen are making their way forward. There's a handful of Roost archers now on the field. Early Knights still going to see a bit of fire here. Doing a good job putting the berries there. Does find the down boar. Does put a hunting cabin next to it, which will generate a little bit extra gold as well. This villager will, or spearman will be picked on off. Very nice. He could quickly spawn out the militia. He has 18 militia ready to go, which will help him deal with this area. Right now the force is very similar. The quality is much more favorable to the French. Trying to go for these villagers there. Does get a good volley onto those villagers, taking out one, maybe two. He is not responding all too well. He does summon some militia, not all of them at the moment. Now I got the Rus Knights charging on forward. Everything just should only be generally an A move forward. Though a lot of his archers aren't going down, or not archers, spearmen. So over on this force here, he's doing a good job of stutter stepping. Make sure you hit the spearmen, not the militia. Does get a good spear brace there, hitting some of these Royal Knights there. Looks like he's trying to engage. Spearmen actually hitting archers, but actually great for the Royal Knights. And the Rus' front line does get disintegrated. He still has more militia available. He needs some more spearmen. He does, of course, have additional town center on the field, which will result in getting some more village production now. Spearman charging forward, does get some good damage there. And now got another wave of militia being pushed on forward, this time of the rest of them. 14 militia now advancing forward. They do have, of course, they're pretty low quality. They do receive bonus damage there from the archers. But this will force back the French until he gets other forces out in the field. Right now, just going for more early knights wouldn't be half bad. He's trying to get out some more early knights. Archers backing on off over here. He could try upgrading the wooden fortress. Getting some extra arrow and arrow damage. Does get the tower garrison. He could actually garrison with other forces. Let the villagers gather the boar. Going for arrow slits now. Now he does know that his opponent has out battering rams. Undercabin does get pulled out here. Of course, these villagers are a little bit vulnerable. There's some berry bushes back here. More bears being pulled out. They're being rallied up here. And Zog Doggo getting some bites. We got Pure Summer and arrow slits being researched by the French as well. One battering ram's now pushing forward. The other battering ram's not complete yet. That's a bit of a misrally. And the boar is being overtasked right now, villagers. And now he's going to be engaging the wolf there, in which the wolf may actually win out. But the wolf does go down. Banners are pushed way forward. Does get the village inside the outpost. The wooden fortress. The fortified palisade wall will be destroyed. Does get inside, maybe into the town center, maybe not inside the town center. He's trying to back away the area. There's still a village inside of this town center. He's actually a pop cap as well. And these berry harvesters are not in a good position there. Chivalry's getting some good health regen onto these Royal Knights. More farms going on up. The Kremlin right now does have access to 4 militia. And there's 2 villagers here. One inside the town center, one just standing about. The one that's standing about is now dead. And looks like it's just going to abandon this area. Do now the Royal Institute go on up. The Rus player is not in any position to age up with this massive army now battering him down. Wooden Fortress seeing some fire now. Berries here almost cleaned on up. There's no more berries over here. Got Castle Reach now for the French. Of course, he does have access to... The French do have access to free melee blacksmith technologies. Assuming the blacksmith is complete, so right now he does get that instantaneously. We got Royal Bloodlines, Veteran Knights. These Veteran Royal Knights will have 310 health. That is going to be a lot of health. It's going to be very hard for Feudal Age Spearmen to deal with them. High Trade House not going on up. Way over here. Not great position. They still will allow them to get around, I'd say, 130 gold per minute. Up here we do have, ooh, and the berries getting denied there as well. The Roost player is trying to clamp out as much food resource on the field, but he is not being successful. He's going to have to go for farms now. The berries being denied. Trying to push forward, trying to break in this area. But still got this massive army here. This villager seeing a bit of arrow fire, and so the farms. He's going to need to fall back there. How many charges on the militia? There's 5 charges, so there's 10 militia available. Fortified palisade walls do go down. He's denying these very critical farms. Now the Roost player only has a limited amount of food in store. He does, of course, have access to the High Trade House for a little bit extra food as well, through the deer. That villager will go down. Right now, the French does have a good number of villagers in the field, 102 versus just 91, or 81. 91? Blah. Can't even read right now. We've got the Knight upgrade going for the Veteran Archer, as well as getting out his Hardened Spear, or Veteran Spearman as well. Right now, the French army is slightly larger, but significantly higher quality. Right now, both players can stand to get out some Mangonels. Do now to get out the Arbaleteer research. Gambersons, which will give the Arbaleteers +5 melee armor, hack armor. Do not have these knights charging forward. They may be able to get some good harassment there. If the French player responds to this area quite hard, he could draw his army. Yes, he is. There's a good number of towers here. Spring Gold, Arrow Slits, and unupgraded. So these knights are going to see a bit of fire there. We can't lose these knights either. He needs to seal that force. Do have some crossbows being in the field. That would be a good item to help counter these Veteran Royal Knights.
Приготовляйтесь, наказы исполняйте. Живу службы ради. Готовы будете, воины. Куда стрелять?
Got more barracks, more archer ranges now going on up. This player does have a very large reserve of wood. He could use that to invest in some farms. Still desperately needs a lot of food. They have similar villager counts there, though the Roost player is lacking a lot of economic upgrades compared to his opponent. Yeah, he has 400 less food per minute. Their wooden count's about the same. The French has a slightly higher gold income. Both players have a good number of people in stone. The French are actually immediately eyeing for trade already. He's doing a good job of maintaining field control, so I go this nice and early. Got some warrior monks up on the field. They may well grab some relics. Some of these Royal Knights are being picked off. There's a big loss for the French. So he does spot this large army there. Got some Arbaleteers not being deployed on the field. Boyar's Fortitude's almost deployed as well. Won't be as good as Royal Bloodlines. Ooh, these villagers trying to go for a keep there. He needs to cancel his keep before it gets torched down quickly. These villagers now getting disintegrated there. Ooh, that's not good. Arbiters may want to put out the passive to increase their range armor. They can deal with these archers a little bit better. Villagers now being retasked here. Spearmen advancing on forward. The Arbiters do have a lot of hack armor, so they're actually very resilient to Spearmen. Trying to go for the keep now. He's going to lose a good number of these villagers. Spearman gets good damage. Do now have the regular knights being picked off by the veteran Royal Knights. Royal Knights getting some hits on these villagers. I don't think the keep will go up. A good number of those villagers now down. And compare the Knight to the Royal Knight. Right now, the Knights have 255. The Royal Knights have 310 maximum health. And the keep will be interrupted. The Rus army is disintegrated and does back up the game now. It's Anna Great saying, thank you for watching. On to next replay.